Hi there, I'd like to introduce you to Optily, where we help direct-to-consumer brands to save time and make money, and to save money and make time. My name is Brendan Hughes, and I'm the CEO of Optily. I've been in e-commerce and digital marketing for nearly 25 years, helping high-growth consumer brands to scale efficiently with digital ads. We created Optily to help marketers to efficiently scale their e-commerce businesses with paid advertising. The problem for digital marketers today is that we've turned into analysts. We spend much of our day analysing and interpreting data, making decisions, and then implementing kind of small changes. Optily's algorithms help to solve that problem by taking on those tasks, which enables us as marketers to spend more of our time doing the things that add most value. There are 3 pillars to our business here in Optily, but it all starts with technology. Our software as a service offering consolidates and normalizes data from across your ads and analytics platforms. And then based on a proven strategy framework, will provide insights which can be actioned with a single click or automated over time. Our growth capital offering helps founder-led direct-to-consumer brands plug those inevitable cash flow gaps which are holding back their growth. And our growth service helps teams to fill skills shortages with our team of expert digital marketers. So if we take a step back, successful digital direct-to-consumer brands today recognize that the customer purchase journey, in particular in digital, starts well before purchase intent has been displayed. So when investing in paid media, is there a framework or a structure that we can deploy that ensures we're not just throwing spaghetti against the wall and hoping that some of it sticks? Well, the concept of the marketing funnel has been around for well over 100 years. And we believe it still holds significant value for digital marketing. Most importantly, it provides a structure that supports the customer purchase journey. So regardless of whether a purchase takes place instantaneously in a single session or over a period of several weeks, typically customers go through the same stages, the same cognitive and behavioral states. And our job as marketers is to support and nurture customers appropriately through each of those states. And that will impact on how we shape the creative, the content that we use, the messaging, the copy, the platforms and our audience building techniques. And it's quite different at each stage in the funnel. And the funnel also supports building efficiency into how we are investing. So in terms of the things we're measuring, the goals that we have at each stage of the funnel, and how much we're investing at different stages of the funnel. So for us, the funnel remains a very core strategy to driving efficiency and growth for digital direct-to-consumer brands. And we've baked that into the Optily product. So Optily connects with your ads and analytics platforms, and based on a proven funnel strategy, provides insights which can be actioned with a single click or automated over time. So for example, our algorithms might recommend that you take some budget from a particular campaign in Facebook in the lower funnel and move that to a campaign in Google at the lower funnel, because that campaign is performing much better right now. And we'll do that. We'll take budget from Facebook and we'll give it to Google, or we'll take budget from Google and give it into Facebook. And this brings better return, both in terms of money spent and giving you back time. In the run-up to the holiday season, we know that many direct-to-consumer brands are going to face short-term cash flow gaps. And these will hold back investment, particularly in marketing and other growth activities. Our growth capital service provides rapid access to unsecured finance for marketing and inventory purposes. This comes with our technology support to ensure that you get the best returns from this capital. And our expert team of digital marketers are always on hand to assist you with your strategy and supplement the internal skills within your own organization. And I'm happy to say our approach works. Adam is an internal marketing resource at a direct-to-consumer producer of a unique truck wash product. The business has rapidly grown over the last year or so from kind of 5 to 7 figures online. And Adam was challenged with scaling advertising to support this growth across the business. He wanted to add in more channels to his marketing mix, but was struggling to find the time to do this effectively. Adam connected his ads and analytics accounts with Optily. And in addition to saving a huge amount of time in daily analysis and decision making and small changes, our automated optimization enabled him to see immediate returns on his investment in advertising. So, if you'd like to learn more about how to accelerate your growth with a proven digital ad strategy, you can get a free copy of our book in ebook format on optily.com/book. And thank you for listening today.
And with that, Brendan Hughes, I'm CEO of Optily. What a great presentation. And I think just for context for our audience, just give me a little bit about your background in marketing.
Yeah, hi Megan, thank you very much. It's great to be here and part of this community. I've been in digital marketing and e-commerce for, as I said, kind of nearly 25 years, so I feel like one of the grandfathers of the internet. I've been mostly on the buy side, so buying paid media and advertising. And before I joined Optily 2 years ago, really jumped in with the co-founder, saw they had a really clever kit in terms of creating this bridge. And before that, I worked in a publisher, so I've worked on both sides of the advertising fence, and I've seen a lot of problems that we need to fix across the industry, which is why I love what we're trying to do here, which is bridge the gap between all of these big platforms and put the brand back in charge.
I love it. And in terms of, you've said like we're arbitraging between Facebook and Google, but how does that actually work?
So what we do is we don't care about Facebook or Google, right? So we treat them as if they were one platform. So we actually unify the data between Facebook and Google in lower funnel, middle funnel, and upper funnel. And we identify which campaigns are delivering a better result right now. And what we'll do is then the algorithms might suggest, for example, take some budget from a Google campaign, put it into a Facebook campaign. And with a single click, we'll do that, or you can automate that. So overnight, when you wake up, then your budgets have been readjusted based on the settings that you've chosen. So you're fully in control and you've got full transparency over everything that happens.
I love that. And you said, I said, well, wait, how long does it take for people to see results? And you had a great case study that you mentioned in your video, but I'd love to just drill down a little bit more on, how people use you and how in less than 24 hours, people get on the platform and are optimizing and figuring out how to drive sales and conversions.
Yes. So the onboarding is really simple because we don't install any of our pixels or JavaScript on your site. We're simply connecting the data between, for example, Facebook ads, Google ads, and your analytics platform. And we're consolidating and normalizing that data. And then you're seeing insights instantly. So our data science kind of engine is rattling through kind of months of data and then pulling out insights, and some and predictive kind of modeling is deciding, hey, there's an opportunity here. And if you accept this recommendation, then it starts working straight away. So you can wake up the next morning and you see the impact of the recommendations that you applied the previous day.
Awesome. And you're working with small, medium-sized businesses and then to growth stage as well. And talk about, I guess I'd love to hear kind of how you've worked with companies in the past. What's your sweet spot? And then I have another question.
Yeah, okay, great. So the sweet spot are really those companies that they've probably reached a plateau, right? So they've started with lower funnel activities. Maybe they've and the ROAS, the return on ad spend, is starting to kind of to not be as pretty as it used to be when they started off, or it's got very competitive. And people are looking for incremental kind of performance improvements. So they're already up and running. They probably already got conversion rates and kind of normalized data on their site, and we're helping them to scale to the next point. So all of I guess our most successful clients are typically founder-led, direct-to-consumer businesses, and their advertising is not keeping up with the growth of the business. So they need some solution to help them with that. And they might be using a spreadsheet, they might be using Google Analytics, right? They might be thinking about going to an agency, but for some reason, maybe they don't trust, they want to retain control and transparency over what they're doing. And they're used to using tools and software to kind of plug in different parts of their marketing stack. So they might have CRO and CRM solutions in place. So that's the mentality that we support is you want to stay in charge of everything that's happening. And now we give you an engine that helps you to do that.
I love that. And you also are helping fund businesses, correct? Or talk a little bit about that part
Yeah.
of
Yeah. So what we found with a lot of our clients is as we're at that scaling point, they come to us for the software, and sometimes they need they have a skills gap, and we can plug that. And we heard a little bit about marketing hire earlier. That's a great solution, so I love that. And then also very often as we come to the holiday season now, we have one client and they've got $180,000 of inventory on a ship, and when it lands at port, right, it's going to, that's a chunk of change that they need to deploy. And then that very often eats up the marketing spend. So we have a growth capital solution as well that's available. And it's a very short term, so it plugs a gap. It's very low cost, fixed price, all that. And it's paid back as a percentage of revenue. So our combination of services have really emerged from the type of clients that we're dealing with. They're in high growth mode, and we're trying to fill the gaps that they have, in particular around paid media and advertising, to help them to scale.
That's so huge. And then having them optimize their funnel, which is a huge. And you wrote an ebook. What specifically when people are reading the ebook, what is there any like key takeaways that we can tell our community?
Yeah, so all of us, myself included, all want to spend all of our money at the bottom of the funnel, right?
And definition of bottom of the funnel, just so for
bottom of the funnel are probably shopping ads, conversion ads, offer led, really, where people are, in market and actively searching. And what we very often see is that those kinds of campaigns run out of steam or become very inefficient. So we encourage people to invest, in middle and upper funnel. So what I mean by that is if somebody's in market but not actively searching. So the social platforms are great for that. I saw a question around Snapchat. Snapchat's great for research and evaluation. Well, actually it is, because it does provide a format for re-engaging with people, longer form video, and collection ads where they can actually see the product associated with the video. And they're great ways for you to explain a little bit more about what your product does when somebody's not yet ready to purchase. So really my main kind of mantra for people is invest in the funnel. It's very efficient. You don't, still invest most in the lower funnel where you're driving kind of revenue and return on ad spend. But in order to scale your business, you need to grow your audience.
And grow your audience and actually do it in a very, in a way where you're actually able to capture the data and figure out what actually works.
Yeah. So rather than spray and pray, our philosophy is we nurture people through the funnel. So when we're spending money at the top of the funnel, we're doing it very intentfully, so that we're building audiences of people who are actively engaged in our story and our brand story, or who we've identified as having the problem that we can solve. And then we bring them through the next stage of the funnel and the next stage of the funnel. And sometimes the purchase happens in an instant. So we have lots and lots of sales at the top of the funnel, but very often people are going through different stages, and it's taking more time than just one internet session.
It's so fascinating. I mean, what you're doing in terms of how you're optimizing people's businesses to double, triple. I mean, you have some incredible case studies that you've worked with your brands, and we just love working with you. Fantastic. Congratulations on being an e-commerce market leader in the space. It's really fantastic. And thanks for chiming in Ireland. What time is it in Ireland?
It's nearly 7 p.m. dinner time.
Dinner time. Great. Well, thank you so much, Brendan. Really appreciate it. Wonderful.